So why Dubai 92?
We've been at Channel 4 for about 3.5 years, and we've been on the same pay scale for that time. And I knew that the main sponsor, I knew what the main sponsor of our show at that time was paying, and they were paying a lot of money for Dubai, a lot of money. In radio terms, I would imagine no one's paid any more since, actually. They were paying a lot.
No, that's right.
And the reason I knew this, my wife at the time, was the PR manager of the company involved. So pillow talk, I knew exactly what they were paying. And we went in and we were up for our four-year contract renewal or something. And we said, quite innocently, we said, listen guys, we've been on the same money now for however many years it is, any chance of a pay rise? And we were just sort of fobbed off with, oh no, and the show doesn't make that much money. The emphasis with Dubai 92 was that the breakfast radio would always sort of sell itself. So the person they had on breakfast at the time was doing a good job, and they would always get major sponsorship and clients for breakfast because it was breakfast. But where they were struggling in the daytime was drive time, and they'd never been able to bring in the clients or the sponsorships and things for drive time. So they said, right, you guys go on drive time, and we know that because you guys are on it, we can make more money out of that. And that was the basis, wasn't it?
Which is what happened, actually.
Yeah.
So why didn't you like drive time?
I just didn't like. I didn't like the whole vibe and feeling of being on the air. Me and him being on the air at that time in the afternoon. It felt far better to me. And it's a psychological thing, I'm sure, but it felt far better to me being on in the morning, even though half the time in the morning I never turned up.
So you went from breakfast to drive time, and you still managed to retain your local support?
I think so. Well, I'd like to think so.
Hopefully.
I mean, there's this whole debate in this country about there's no official radio listening figures, so no one really knows.
But the consensus, the feeling around town, the word of mouth, and again, I was here, so I'm speaking from experience. It was still a very, very popular show.
Yeah, I think so. I think we started meaning a lot of well, and we did okay, and we took the same elements that we'd had on breakfast at Channel 4 to Dubai 92, and it worked pretty well. But there was never, for me anyway, there was never that same kind of feeling that you would have with morning radio.
And I never minded it as much. I didn't mind, of course, not waking up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So
he didn't mind waking up at 4:30 in the morning. I just didn't bother waking up at 4:30 in the morning.
So again, I mean, but you're right. There was a slight difference to the afternoon show.
And how long did 92 last?
Well, I always used to think it lasted for 18 months, but actually looking back, it didn't. It was actually a very short time. We had the sad demise of Sheikh Zayed during that time. We were off for a month.
Yeah.
And then there was something else that happened, and we were off for another period. Or I can't remember, but it was. It felt to me 18 months, but in actual fact, on air time, it was probably only 8-9 months.
A little less than a year, anyway.
Yeah.
And was your experience at 92 the same as Channel 4, or did you enjoy Channel 4?
Well, no, there's a different situation because, of course, halfway, at one point, Rick got offered a great position back home, one that was at the time, quite frankly, too good to say no to. Mm-hmm. And sadly, I couldn't go, although the offer was pretty fat. I couldn't leave my beloved Dubai.
Which leads us to Rick left.
I didn't get any offer.
Split up the dynamic duo.
Yes, he did. He just decided that's it. Yeah. Well, sorry, I'm off.
Okay, and then you were enticed back many years later to join the newly formed Coast.